Hey guys, welcome back to the Pineapple Podcast. What do we got this week?
I don't know. I'm too hungry to concentrate.
You too hungry? Did you not eat breakfast?
No.
I had a banana like right before I came over, and it wasn't
Aren't
even
you fancy.
It was like a mini banana, like
What? I know what you're talking about.
like they're just not the full size bananas.
Yeah, we're recording in the home studio of my house today. But so there's not a McDonald's 15 feet across the street. So you can't go get hash browns
Go get those
in like
hash
2
browns.
minutes. That's a pretty good setup. You literally takes like 2 minutes to go over there and get hash browns.
That's true. Like if we had like one or two more mics and maybe like some pop filters, it'd be pretty lit.
Hey, you probably get that mic pretty soon. Order it on the weekend so I can get here by next week.
Hopefully, for our next guest.
Who is our next
No
guest?
promises though. What'd you say, Tim?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
It'll be real lit.
Hopefully.
I one time helped a group of kids while he was sleeping put his cot in a sand pit that he was sleeping on it, and while he was sleeping we literally picked up his bed and moved it into a sand pit in the middle of the night outside.
Wait, he didn't notice like at all? Like he didn't wake up?
No.
It's one of those stories where like you just like someone puts your mattress in like a river or something and you like float away, but except you just put it in
Except
a
it was just a
sand pan.
volleyball court.
Why would you like of all the places to put it? You couldn't
Because
think of
it was
anything
like
better.
20 yards away. We didn't want to like go around the whole campground. We would have been in trouble if we got caught, honestly.
Okay.
We would have been. So we had to do it somewhere that was still funny, but somewhere that was like not out in like the wilderness, because there actually are like animals around there.
Okay.
Anywho,
Makes sense.
we can talk more about that next week with him.
That'd be pretty funny.
That it will be. Do you know what else is funny? Crying over movies.
It's not funny when you have to go to the hospital though.
Dude, so this 21-year-old girl, remember, not like an 80-year-old girl, this 21-year-old girl was rushed to the emergency room because during Endgame, she was crying so much that she was like hyperventilating and then couldn't breathe.
Yeah, that's insane.
So they had to take her to the ER, and the doctors just like gave her some oxygen and had to like calm her down. If you're crying over like Endgame, what do you tell them? Like it's just a movie? I don't think that's gonna help them. If they're crying in it that bad.
What happens when you see like a really sad movie though? Like Endgame to me was like it was kind of sad. Like
dude,
but I've seen some pretty sad movies.
Infinity War was sadder, in my opinion.
With like the people disappearing.
Yeah,
like,
because I also
the
kept that
dust.
spoiler free, and so that was also, I mean, brand new information to me.
Yeah.
And Endgame was also, I kept all the spoilers out.
Same.
It just wasn't, I don't know, I just thought it was awesome.
It was pretty cool. Wait.
And also, since I knew like they're moving on in like new directions and stuff, and that they like did a good job tying it up, I wasn't sad. I was like, hey, this is awesome.
Yeah. They stuck pretty well with the comics.
I mean,
Are we gonna try to keep this spoiler free?
heck no.
Okay.
Dude, by the time this comes out, it would have been out for like 2.5 weeks, and people
Okay.
don't care.
Spoiler warning.
Wait, are we not going to talk
now.
about Endgame though at the movie part at the bottom?
Okay, fine. We'll wait
We
till
have a
the bottom.
whole dedicated section. So actually, this will have been out 3 weeks by the time.
Okay, 3 weeks. That's enough time.
And if you haven't seen it 4 times by then, that's your fault.
So, in other news, I think this was cool. Barcelona made it to the final in the Champions League, and they're either playing Ajax or Tottenham.
Where the heck is Ajax?
That's a good question. I don't know where it is. I just know the team.
You're such a fake fan.
I'm not a fan of Ajax, though.
What? Ajax? Like, they were playing Jax, and then he's like Canadian. He's like, hey,
No.
let's play some Jax.
No.
Hey, Jax.
Tottenham has Harry Kane, and he's been a big deal.
He eats Harry Canes?
No, his name's Harry, and his last name's Kane.
Does he work at Canes?
No.
He just plays soccer?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he's really good.
Well,
So, yeah,
congrats to Barcelona then.
I think Tottenham's going to make it to the final with Barcelona, and then Barcelona will just win like 3-0. So, that'll be cool. It's been a couple of years since Barcelona won Champions League. Dude, I was trying to watch the game, and since we moved out to Wolfworth, like, we don't have Sudlink or anything anymore for TV, and we have, like, NTS or something, and the only channel that I could find that had the Champions League game on was in Spanish.
I'm so confused.
What?
Why does Wolfworth not have Sudlink?
That's a good question, but they don't.
Another good question. Why were you still paying for Sudlink?
I don't know. Do you guys not have, like, TV service? Like, what do you guys have, Dish still?
We do, but my dad is the only person that uses it. Because he, like, literally doesn't use streaming services at all.
Well, we still watch stuff that comes on TV.
Like what?
Like Forged in Fire and some other shows.
They don't come out on Hulu, like, the next day?
No. They're on, like, the History Channel or something. I don't know where you'd go to find
There's,
those
like,
shows.
an app. The History Channel app. Or is it on... It's like a Prime channel, I think.
I don't know. There's
I don't
probably a better way to do it.
Oh,
And
well.
we don't really watch a lot of TV anymore since we moved, but at our other house we did.
Seems legit. So, and let's went to food. Bible.
This is going to be interesting.
What is our Bible topic for today?
You wrote down, how do we react when Bible topics don't get preached?
I did not write that down.
Who did?
I typed it up.
Don't you say when you write something down like it's the same thing as typing it up?
I don't know. That sounds dumb.
No,
People
it
say
doesn't.
that realtors are always like, okay, I'm going to go home and write up the contract. I'm like, you're not writing anything. You're going to type it in.
But write can be like the same
I
thing.
feel like writing should be strictly like with a pen or marker or like when you're physically writing something, not
And
typing.
typing.
That's totally different.
So like a typewriter is typing, not writing.
True.
And so like this Google Doc is not written, it's typed.
Correct.
Okay.
In my opinion.
I mean, that's probably correct, like use
Dude.
of words, but
Dude.
nobody cares.
This is actually funny. So, like, I don't know why I remember this, but so many years ago when we were playing soccer, it was at, like, that one season that we were at that church that had the baseball team also practiced.
Oh yeah,
That one. So, like, one day, your mom was there, and she said something. She's like, okay, I'm going to go finish writing this email. And I was, like, 13. I just, like, look at her. I'm like, what? Aren't you typing an email? And she looks at me. She's like, I guess you're right. And then she, like, okay. I was like, okay.
That's pretty funny.
That was, like, so long ago. I don't know why I remember that, but it's just, like, relevant because it's, like, you, and you're here right
Oh.
now. Even then, I guess, I've always been annoyed when people say that because it's, like, totally different.
People use the words interchangeably.
Yeah.
But you don't say
It's
you're
dumb.
going to type something when you're going to physically
Yeah,
write
it's
it.
like, I'm going to type you this handwritten card.
That's true. You don't say that. But you
But-
say writing whenever you're typing.
Not me.
Okay.
Anywho,
Anyways, back to our
the actual
Bible topic.
Did you already say it? You did.
Yeah, I said what we were talking
And I
about.
was in my head. Then I was like totally zoned out, just thinking about how you said how I wrote it down when I typed it.
Okay, so give us an example of this real quick.
An example of how do we react when when Bible topics don't get preached. So, I guess kind of what inspired this thought was back in early April or late March by now. We had talked on the podcast about communion and how throughout the Bible, after you were baptized, then that's when you started taking communion, and it was like this whole celebration, and how like a lot of churches do that today. Some take it before they're baptized. Some churches take it after they're baptized, but we just thought it was interesting because we were with people and we're studying this, and a couple of them had never heard that before, and we just kind of noticed, hey, so like the church does this, but they never actually talk about it or say why. So if you're like new to this church, then you literally would have no idea why we do some of these things. And going there for a long time, you can attest that, yeah, that actually doesn't get talked about. It's just kind of assumed, which can kind of be annoying, right? If it's just all assumed that people know it.
Yeah, so from me being pretty, like, I don't want to say like really new to Sunset. I've been there for a little while, but I haven't been caught up with like the traditions of the church, you know. I didn't grow up going to Sunset, and I don't know all of these things that you just kind of assume to know.
Right.
So like taking communion after you're baptized, like at least I grew up going to Trinity, and like we didn't have communion every week. It was just kind of like, I don't even know like what the schedule was for it, and it was just like everybody partook of communion. So
like you not knowing all the ropes and stuff and like the way things are done at this other church, I mean, that's just because we haven't done like a good enough job saying, hey, everyone's trying to be like, hey, so this is why we do the things we do. And I mean, we do that for some things, but not all the things. Like, for example, the first example, communion. And then as someone that like goes there, has gone there their whole life, then I can attest, yeah, that's actually something that no one ever really has to explain. So it's just like,
really annoying.
It's just like, so what do you do whenever you find out something like that, and you're like, I've been here for what, like 3+ years, and I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah. And then like the thing that we were talking about last night, like we're not gonna get into detail about it, but do you want to like kind of recap just like the general
so basically idea? We were talking about where your soul goes right as soon as you die. You know, does it go straight to heaven or hell? Does it go to a resting place? Basically, we're just talking about where it goes, like what happens when you die. And you want to say the next part?
I guess like it differs from denomination to denomination what the belief is, but whenever you go to a different church, like it's the same type of thing. Like you're assumed to know what this denomination believes or doesn't.
Well, and the thing too is this time it wasn't just you and your brother. It was also there were other people from third churches. There's now 3 church people that go to 3 different churches. One that goes to Sunset too, and another Church of Christ. I never even heard of this or even thought of this discussion before. Like this wasn't even a thing.
Yeah, like I guess like we looked up some verses, and it does get talked about a bit in the Bible, but like the topic like this never gets talked about. So whenever it gets brought up, people like us, they're just totally lost.
Yeah, because I mean, that's something that I could see people freaking out when they hear that for the first time and being like, that's so, like, you know, fake stuff. That's not really the point of what we're talking about right now, but it's just like things like that aren't even brought up. And again, I mean, we've been going to the same church for a long time now, and it hasn't been, you know, preached either about.
So if it's not preached, how do you know about these other things?
Well, I guess part of it comes down to is you only have so much time on Sunday morning to get for the preacher only has so much time.
Yeah.
And they have, you know, the schedules and list of what the elders and the other church committees have decided that it's important to be talked about. Because it's their job to equip us the best they can in a limited amount of time, really. And so I guess part of it comes down to us having to be curious and also kind of like what you were saying last night, look stuff up on our own. And I mean, I think that's part of also what God wants us to do too, to be searching for stuff to find on our own and kind of just like see it that way too, because like I said, the preacher can only talk so much on Sunday morning, or at least we only allow him to talk so much on Sunday morning.
Yeah, I think if he talks for more than 40 minutes to an hour, people are zoned out and just don't listen anymore. But that's a topic for a different time.
So what's your solution to this, or your thoughts?
Thoughts. I guess it comes down to us, like, having to go out and learn these types of things on our own, I think things that are, like, specific to a church should be talked about. Like
the differences.
Why
they're
the
different
differences
from other ones.
But these other things that are universally not talked about, I guess it's just up to us to figure it out on our own. I don't see these churches talking about,
and it's
where
not
your
like
soul
they're
goes
like
after you die.
Avoiding it. I'm guessing that's not the reason why. It's just more like
it's not
like a priority list.
Yeah, you have to follow the priority list, and it's not a salvation issue, so.
No, it's not.
So I guess it's just like, oh, this is kind of a lower priority, since we're just gonna keep preaching about how to be saved.
So.
That makes sense.
It does.
But at the same time, for those of us that have been Christians for a long time and are trying to develop our faith more, it would be nice to have some more things that go a little bit more in depth. Yeah. Which you could argue that's what extra Bible classes are for, and small groups and stuff. But
so I guess technically we kind of are doing what we're saying.
What? Oh,
looking stuff up on our own.
Yes, we are looking stuff up on our own, and we did talk about this at our Bible study, which I guess that's the point, but
it's just funny how it kind of comes like full circle now.
But it does come full circle, but just like showing up to Bible study and one person talking about it, and then the rest of us are really lost. Like us, me, Matt, and Ella were really lost on it. We're like, we don't know anything about it. I feel like that's...
And to be honest, when I was talking about it last night, that's the information that I heard like 8 years ago that I was trying to remember. So it wasn't even anything that I had studied or heard anybody talk about anytime soon. That's just me remembering the stuff I heard so long ago.
Yeah, and you wouldn't say that this topic's like unimportant, right?
No.
You'd say it's pretty relevant?
Yeah.
So just kind of like...
To be politically correct, at least it's relevant.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just weird that some of this stuff just doesn't get talked about ever. Like even in
then like the
some small groups and stuff.
Too,
yeah.
Because that one doesn't really make sense. Why that wouldn't be talked about, especially when every church does communion differently.
And why you don't explain why you do it the way you do.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Hand out a pamphlet on the way in or something.
That would be nice.
That would be really nice.
It's just like Zach, following
Go
tradition.
type up a pamphlet. Oh, see, I set myself up for failure.
You slipped up.
So
type up a pamphlet, if any church is listening, to why you do communion the way you do, or the stuff specific to your denomination that's kind of different from the other ones.
Whenever people that aren't familiar with your church go in the doors, they're not like, what?
We don't understand.
Basically. So. Wow. That was actually better than I thought it was going to be.
What do you think it was going to be? Just
I thought it was going to be all over the place. What time are we at?
18.
That's pretty good. And we haven't even gotten to food yet.
Alright, we're going to talk about food real quick, and then we'll end the episode.
How quick?
Real quick.
Hey, catching on. Burger King Unhappy Meals.
I had no idea what this was until Jeremy showed me the commercial for this.
So it's Mental Health Awareness Month, which also had to fill him in on.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing either.
And
why is there an entire month for it, not just like a day?
Well, because February is Black... I just lost the word.
Awareness? I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say.
And then Black History Month or whatever. Isn't that February?
Probably.
And then there's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Actually, that's February, I think. I don't know. And then last month, I think April was Autism Awareness Month or Down syndrome. It was stuff. I don't know. I guess they're just trying to make an effort for people to be aware of all the different things that are out there.
But of all the different things that are out there, there's only 12 months in a year, so you have to prioritize the things.
Mental health awareness has become a very, very, very big deal the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's true.
anyways, this isn't what we're talking about. We're talking about crappy chicken nuggets.
Okay, crappy chicken nuggets.
Okay, so
Burger King basically going bankrupt. They have nasty nuggets.
in Mental Health Awareness Month, Burger King releases the commercial of, and Zach, we just played it before we watched this, so it's fresh in his mind. It's like these people that are talking really depressingly and like hopelessly, and the tone is weird, the colors are weird, the voices are weird, the whole tone is just off.
Yeah.
And talking about you're not always happy.
And it's okay to not be happy.
That is true. You're not always happy. That's where joy comes in.
Yeah.
Which also we'll get to in a minute. And so, what were the happy meals? They have like several unhappy meals for their
like
kids' meals, like
salty.
There was a Yas one.
A Yas.
There was
a Yas one.
The one that has the PG. No, that's rated R. It has the rated R language in it, and like pissed and. Anyways, it's not like what's the word? Not supportive. It's not like, I can't come up with the word. I'm trying to say a word that whenever you see these when you see these unhappy meals, it's not gonna put you in a good like mood.
No, it's not.
It's not like, I'm not trying to say moral
uplifting.
Bowser. Yeah, uplifting. These aren't like uplifting things. Like, you're not gonna walk into Burger King, get an unhappy meal, and then like be happy. They're like playing off of your negative energy.
Yeah,
and it's just gonna make you sadder.
You'd be better off going to McDonald's to get a Happy Meal,
or to Chick-fil-A.
We'll talk about that just a second. It's really, I mean, in my opinion, I think it's sad to see the companies using something like mental health awareness to just kind of boost their own sales and not contribute in any way to like helping mental health.
Because it's true, like
they're just
you're not
using
gonna
this.
be happy all the time. That's not what we're saying. But when you get told more and more and more, you're not happy, you're not happy, you're not happy, that's only gonna like ruin you, destroy you. That's not gonna help you. That's not gonna help the situation.
Yeah, so Burger King, you've done goofed. And
I'm not gonna go get your 10 nuggets for $1.
Nobody
and they taste
do
like
that.
trash anyways. But
yeah, so you said the internet's kind of blowing up over it.
yeah, I like walked in one night and it was like in our living room on Fox News, and they're like playing the whole thing, and like everyone's like freaking out about it.
Wait, like Fox News was freaking out about it? Oh.
I mean, that shouldn't surprise you.
No, it shouldn't.
But so that's how I kind of heard what it was, and then my dad like explained it a bit more. I'm like, what? That's so messed up.
Yeah, it really is.
On a happier note, though, there is a restaurant out there that is also, I guess, technically taking a stab at McDonald's. If they take a stab at anyone, this is their version of taking a stab.
Chick-fil-A is having a Be Blessed meal.
Be Blessed meal, and the box art looks awesome.
It looks pretty cool. It's kind of like a Happy Meal that doesn't have an M, and the box is elongated on one side.
And it has like more designs and stuff. Anyways,
it looks cool.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be.
What was it? It was talking about like joy.
Yeah, it was talking about joy.
You still have the tab?
I have the tab open here.
Dude, the box art's awesome.
It's like
Joy of the Lord meal.
Yeah, Joy of the Lord meal. McDonald's Happy Meals might make you happy for a fleeting moment, but Chick-fil-A's meals contain the infinite joy of the Lord in every delicious bite, said a spokesperson.
Dude, that's so awesome.
That's pretty funny.
So, go to Chick-fil-A and get your, what did it say? The Joy of the Lord meal?
Yeah, Joy of the Lord meal.
I mean,
this is a weird quote. As you consume our nuggets, waffles, fries, and milkshakes, you are being transformed more and more into the image of our Savior, Jesus Christ. I don't know about that.
Maybe more the image of Buddha?
I don't know.
For eating fries and milkshakes? I don't know.
That's kind of funny. Like the same person that said the previous thing.
Andy Mineo said that in his song. He's like, One of my friends is Jewish, but my stomach is Buddhist.
Oh.
It's pretty funny. Anywho, so the last bit of food.
If Chick-fil-A does it right, it'll be okay. But if they kind of screw it up, like how that quote sounds, that's nobody's gonna buy that.
They're gonna be like, yeah. They're gonna be like, that's dumb.
Everybody will say that's dumb, and they'll just
Then
get
Chick-fil-A
the
is
regular.
basically just gonna be like one of those chain letters that say, "Send this to 14 friends in 10 minutes, and Jesus will bless you," or something.
Basically,
that's gonna be. Chick-fil-A.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Hopefully.
They've been pretty good so far. Like they've been around for a long time, and they have been a really good company, like being a good Christian company. So I doubt they're gonna screw this up.
And they haven't been, what's the word? They haven't been unkind to not Christians.
Yeah, that's true.
So, it's not just a cult. I'm sure you saw in San Antonio that they were, I think it was San Antonio, that they closed down the Chick-fil-A in the campus because they were saying like it was like a Christian cult. And then they like fired back saying, dude, we literally are not exclusive at all. I don't know. It was this whole Chick-fil-A thing.
No, I didn't hear about it.
So, anywho, frozen foods.
That's the food stuff we're talking about this week.
It is.
The other stuff was kind of food news, which is pretty rare.
It is. So, frozen foods, what you got?
Well, you got frozen pizzas, because it's not delivery, it's DiGiorno's.
Dude, I like Totino's better than DiGiorno.
Really?
Yeah.
I like DiGiorno's.
DiGiorno's is okay.
Okay. DiGiorno's is...
Totino's is like $1.50.
That's true. DiGiorno's are expensive.
It has a one-of-a-kind taste.
Yes.
And I grew up eating that because it was like...
I love the Totino's pizza rolls, though.
Those are good, but those are like a side thing.
Yeah,
you can't eat those for a meal unless you eat like a whole bag of them, which I don't recommend unless you roast them over a campfire.
And even then, make sure they're cooked through all the way.
But then also you can't burn them, otherwise they taste like trash.
Okay.
It's a science.
Back to frozen foods.
Yeah.
Frozen pizzas. We'll just leave that as its own thing.
Totino's pizza is awesome.
What else do you eat that's frozen?
I mean...
Everything?
No.
Most meat stuff? Frozen? Chicken? Fish?
I guess, yeah. Hot Pockets?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you like the pizza Hot Pockets or like the beef and cheddar ones?
The pizza ones.
I like them both. Every once in a while, I like have this huge craving for one of those beef and cheddar Hot Pockets.
They're okay.
It's because like I always eat like the pizza ones, and so I like just wanted to try the other ones.
I mean, they're okay, but like I don't eat Hot Pockets a lot, so.
I don't either. I mean, there were times where we did. Dude, what about corn dogs? Frozen corn dogs.
Frozen corn dogs are pretty good if you
cook them all the way through.
Yeah, you cook them all the way through and you do it right.
Dude, I noticed that in August when we were staying at that B&B for a week because like our floor or our house had holes in it.
Yeah.
Then we got, because like my dad and Nathan were out of town for the first part of it, so we got like those frozen, just for fun, because it was like just me, my mom, and Natalie. And so just for fun, we got those like breakfast corn dogs that had like the blueberry pancake on the outside and it's like sausage on the inside.
Were they nasty?
The first one was because I cooked it like a minute longer than it said to, and it still wasn't done in the middle. But I was like on the way out the door, and so I was eating like this sweet blueberry like cold sausage thing on a stick.
That's nasty.
That was not a good experience. But
if you cook it all the way through, would it be good?
It was better, yeah. And then, wait, did you ever have like a chicken? Yeah, chicken nuggets are frozen.
We had chicken nuggets. We had like
Homemade or frozen.
Frozen. We had like the Tyson ones, I think.
We did Tyson for a while, but then my mom started making chicken nuggets homemade. But then, yeah, we don't eat chicken nuggets anymore, honestly.
Same. Dude, you know what we used to eat a lot of? Fish sticks.
Honestly, we've had fish sticks like twice this year, and I think that's the most we've ever had them in a year.
We used to have them like...
Fish sticks were always a joke. It was like a running joke in our family, because we always get like the freshest possible fish. Like, we don't even eat frozen fish most of the time.
Dude, fish is so good.
We get it straight from United and like cook it that night.
Yeah, that's typically what we do if we're gonna make fish.
We get like the freshest fish, and we honestly eat fish like once a week for like ever.
We don't eat
but
it that
we
much.
Change it up. It's like a different fish. We don't just eat like tilapia. That's like the only fish a lot of people know, it seems like.
Dude, tilapia tastes so good though. It's like the least fishy tasting, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, tilapia's good. Red snapper, orange roughy, cod's okay. Dude,
salmon.
Have you ever had salmon? Yeah, salmon's really good. Have you ever had like a fresh tuna steak?
No.
So like canned tuna, I refuse to eat canned tuna because I don't actually think it's healthy for you. But that's a different topic.
Is it because it has mercury in it?
That, and I've seen too many horror stories on YouTube of there being parasites in the canned tuna.
Yeah.
So anywho, like an actual tuna steak is closer to like a steak than canned tuna. But like a tuna steak is actually pretty decent.
I don't know. I've just always had like this negative picture in my mind of like tuna fish, just because of like all of like the canned tuna and everything. So I never actually wanted to like.
I don't eat canned tuna anymore. My family still eats canned tuna, but I don't eat canned tuna.
Yeah, I've never actually.
I can't.
Whenever I see tuna like at a restaurant or something, I'm always just like, no, like just don't get it. It's not worth it.
No, at a restaurant it is because it's not canned.
Yeah, I know, but just because of like the negative picture I've had.
Yeah, that makes sense because I get that too. So. Also, though, it's kind of hard to find good frozen cheese sticks.
That's true.
Like mozzarella sticks.
We got some at Costco a while ago, and they were not.
Oh yeah, I remember your mom saying that.
Like they weren't great. I'm sure if you fry them again, like they'll be good, but we just baked them.
I mean, yeah, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. It's just like what?
You have to like make those cheese sticks fresh for them to be that good.
We still need to go to Spanky so we can get actual world famous cheese steak.
I've been to Spanky's probably like once or twice in my life, and I did not get fried cheese.
What's wrong with you?
I probably didn't know that they were that good.
Bro.
I probably just like got a burger or something.
Their burgers aren't bad at all, but their fried cheese is like the best in the world.
Don't they have like a bar on the top level?
And actually, they expanded a little bit more, I think. But
seems legit.
Anywho, dude,
what's your favorite frozen food?
Just probably like a Totino's pizza or something. I mean, every once in a while, just for fun, then I'll get like those like Hungry Man meals or the Holy Choice or something. If it's just a cup, like just one or two of us eating dinner that night or whatever, because everyone else is doing their own thing. Because they're pretty cheap, they're like $1.50, but I usually eat like two of them. And I just get them just for fun. They have like macaroni, some random chicken, like a vegetable, or I don't know. I just get those just for fun, just because like, why not? It's like a frozen box dinner. Like I see those in like TV shows and stuff all the time, but I never had them growing up.
Oh.
And so it's been like a thing like the last couple years. Every once in a while I'll get one just for fun, just to have.
Did you guys ever get like the frozen chicken breasts? Like they were breaded and stuff, and baked those?
No, because my mom would make it herself.
Like just buy them from like.
Yeah, no, she would. If she did that, she would bread it herself. I thought you were saying like pre-breaded.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, then no.
Oh, we got those kind of a lot, not like a ton. Like my mom would bread it herself too, but that was like if we're making it for dinner or something. We would usually just get like. It's like what you would get like, we'd buy those and like make them and then like chop them up and put them on a salad or something.
Interesting. One time I was at your house and we were like doing something. I feel like I don't remember what it was. And then I like look in the kitchen and Matt has made like 18 different like he was making Chinese food, but he had like 18 different like bags of like frozen Chinese food that he was like cooking up. It was hilarious. I think we were doing like chemistry or something. I don't think he was that long ago though. I don't know why else was there. Anyways, he had like the beef and broccoli. He had like the frozen fried rice, which just sounds really funny.
That does not sound good.
The egg rolls and like all this like different like the frozen orange chicken. And he was like Chef Chinese Matt in the kitchen. I was like dying.
That sounds hilarious.
It was.
I don't remember. We used to like, what is it? It's not Pei Wei, the other place that we have here now.
P.F. Chang.
Yeah, P.F. Chang's. They have like their own brand of frozen food.
Oh yeah.
So we've tried that a couple times, and it was okay.
Yeah, a lot of places have their own brand of frozen food. Chili, like Fridays, Chili's, Panera, a lot of places.
I haven't even seen any of those other ones.
Oh no. They have like their jalapeno poppers or their wings or their sliders or whatever they have in the restaurant. Dude, Good Mythical Morning actually did a thing a while back. They're comparing like the store meal compared to like the frozen meal. So they had like frozen Panera soup and then like the actual restaurant cooked Panera soup. And like a lot of the times I couldn't really tell. But sometimes it was really obvious which one was the frozen one. I think one of them was like a Red Robin pizza. That one,
Red
like the
Robin
frozen
pizza?
one. Or Red Baron.
Yeah, Red Baron pizza.
That. I don't remember.
I was like, Red Robin's the burger place.
Yeah, that. Anywho, I'm starving.
Same. We should end this episode.
We should. Oh, hey, that was longer than I thought it was going to be.
We talked about food for a while.
Like,
frozen food's
15
not
minutes.
super healthy. Just make it yourself if you can.
However, frozen food is often cheap. Dude, frozen lasagnas. We literally don't eat those because my dad makes lasagna.
Yeah, but he only does it like once a year, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he makes like... Oh, that's hilarious. I just realized this. He makes like 3 for us, and we freeze them. So we'll have them like the next month. And so we do have it's homemade frozen lasagna.
Okay, we do that too. Like, my mom will make like a bunch of food and then freeze it.
Yeah.
But it's different.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least.
Well, I don't know. It's still really good.
That it is.
That's
All right.
funny.
We'll catch you guys on Wednesday.